here. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to week 3 with 2 guys and no plan. My name's Darius, the minority, and I'm a guy with no plan.
And I'm the other guy with no plan, Siegfried. I shouldn't say don't have a plan. I have a wife. She makes the plans. I don't know about them, so I'm still classified as a guy with no plan. And today we have here with us my wonderful wife, Jazz.
Hi.
She's going to be on the podcast with us here today, so we're glad to have her.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
We're here to party. Let's see what's going to happen today.
All right.
Oh, you know what would be kind of nice? To have someone to plan for me.
Yeah?
I am going to, 26 now, and improvising is not my forte.
It's not easy. Is it?
No, not at all. It is very stressful. I woke up this morning like, oh shit, we gotta do this today.
So you'd probably like someone to help you.
Oh, no kidding, right? Barely fend for myself when I go home.
Isn't that called like a boss or something though?
More like a mom? No.
But like bosses, they help you plan your day, you know. Eventually you get a paycheck, they tell you what to do, you know.
They do, and they always ask, hey, you can work an extra 2 hours, right? Like, come on. No.
I'm going home for the night, you take care of this.
Exactly.
But seriously, I don't know why you don't have someone in your life yet, though. Like, you're a really
right?
upstanding guy, you're hilarious, you know. It's fun working with you.
It's gotta find a partner in crime, right? Like you two, right? You found your partner in crime right there. Who do I want to rob a bank with? Who do I want to shoot that man with right over there, right? You're asking, these are real questions we gotta ask to find your soulmate.
What about you?
What about me with what?
Can you rub a bank with me?
Bonnie and Clyde.
That all depends. Will the ski mask fit?
Me or you?
You. I have a smaller head than you.
Give me a pair of tights and I think I should be fine.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It might have to be 4X, but I got a big old head, so I got dents in my head to prove it that I have a big head.
Get a toboggan and get some snow pants. You'll be able to rub that. You're good with that ski mask.
But once you get married, I mean, yeah, she could be considered your boss. I mean, helping you plan your day and stuff, and other stuff.
Hey, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that, right? I'm like, give me 5 more minutes, please. I'll do it. 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find it. We'll find my partner in crime soon, and we'll rob a bank. You'll see me on the news. New York.
New York. Ooh.
I know that guy.
Why so serious?
Darius? How'd you get over there, man?
Wait, why is that minority doing over there now? He's supposed to be here.
I'm walking here. But as I said, though, like, you're upstanding guys, so I'm pretty sure you'll find someone hopefully here soon, you know?
I hope so. Ladies, I'm around here in Minnesota, North Dakota maybe. I've never been there, but I hear you ladies are cool.
Canada?
Canada? I don't know if I'm allowed back there anymore, actually.
Yeah, so I heard, well, from the grapevine of things, and we wished you a happy birthday last week.
It was my birthday last week, and it was an experience.
Yeah, I heard.
It was cool. And like my family were asking me all these things, like, what do you want for Christmas Day? Or what do you want for your birthday, Darius? I'm like, yeah, what do I want for my birthday? And I had to sit there and think, well, I have everything, right? Everything I ever want for you guys. I don't know. I was like, oh, wait, I do have one thing. You're like, what's that, Darius? We'll get you anything. I was like, I need one shoelace for my shoe because I'm at work in the kitchen and it is falling off every day at that shop.
Oh, I know that.
There's so much grease on the socks when I'm just like trying to go, right? Oh, man. So I didn't get that shoelace though. I didn't get that shoelace.
Yeah.
The one thing you
man.
asked for.
You at least get a cake?
I got a cake. Oh, my sister made me awesome. What's that called? Cheesecake.
Oh.
Made my fat senses tingling.
No
Here you go.
kidding, man. The diabetics are calling in the back.
No, that's fantastic.
Oh, it was a great time. It was a great time.
Oh, I'm happy that you had a good birthday though,
Thank
and
you.
I'm happy that you're back with us this week.
I'm
though.
excited now, right? New
Yeah.
change of pace now. Now I'm the official minority.
So we're gonna go ahead and head into our first topic. Let's talk about Jonathan Kite.
That's a great question.
Have you heard about him?
Who's Jonathan Kite?
Jonathan Kite is a TikTok, YouTube comedian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went to Costco. Person, I guess is funny.
Right.
He was dressed up like the professional chef Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, yeah. The
hopefully,
chef.
yeah. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that,
No,
but
you got it. You're in the ballpark.
but he unfortunately took his own life a couple years back. So
I actually remember reading about that. It was in a little documentary called Have a Good Trip, and he talked about that a little bit and his experiences of opening his mind.
yeah,
So the stories he told in that little documentary, it was truly eye-opening to see who Anthony Bourdain was, because I only knew him as a cook, right?
yeah.
He taught me how to make a steak, and even then, I still screw up those steaks.
Don't worry, I messed up eggs. Like
What? Eggs?
Yeah, he,
okay,
he can't cook eggs to save his life, man. No.
I can make a mean scrambled egg. It comes close to almost getting messed up, but my very first job was back when I was 15, and I was a short order cook.
Oh, there we go.
Very first job, so whew, doing all those eggs and messing up all those eggs, I was laughed at so many times.
Just the thought about you too, right? You gotta like break it open, that yolk has to stay intact.
Look at these hands; they're not meant for that delicate of things. They're like smash. All right, we're good to go. You know, it's out of the shell.
No kidding.
But like, there was a bunch of mixed feelings on that though.
Really?
On the whole Anthony Bourdain, would you call it like a cosplay or mimicry? What would you call that?
Great question. For someone that has a bit of knowledge in that, I would probably classify it as culture appropriation.
Culture.
But I'm not a full-on chef, so I'm not really cultured in that.
Neither am I. Trust me.
So the way I look at it, right? I guess he was honoring him, right? He was making the jokes. He was a funny guy too, Anthony Bourdain. Great cook, but he was also a funny guy in documentaries, right? So I kind of see it right there. Yes, you were honoring him because you were showing how great of a guy he was. But I also see the side where the family's like, whoa. He's not here no more. Can you just hold off a little bit and not talk about him? So I see both sides, but a little laugh here and there don't hurt. A little smile here and there, right?
Yeah.
You always gotta have that smile. Always.
What?
Keep smiling, you guys. Keep smiling.
What about your thoughts?
Like he was saying, I can understand both sides as to where it's nice to honor him, but I can also understand the family's point as to, you know, yeah, it may have been a couple years or however long that it was, but it still could be a sore subject for the family. So I can absolutely understand that, you know, to set up some boundaries as to, you know, ask before you do certain things like that, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, sometimes you just gotta let the man rest in peace.
Imagine if he cooked the family a nice meal like how he cooked it, right? And be, all right, cool. You're just like Anthony Bourdain.
If you could cook like him.
All is forgiven.
Right. So, he must have been at a pretty low point in his life, right? What are some things that you guys do when you're feeling just really, really low emotionally, mentally? What is something you do to help yourself come back up, resurface, if you will?
That's a great question. What have I been doing? Back in the day, I was really into sports. I was a big lacrosse guy. Played lacrosse most of my whole life. And so, from a cultural standpoint, right, I still have a bit of culture with Native Americans. It was known as the Crater's Game, or Bagad Dawit, right? Bump hips. And so other people it was known as the medicine game, right? So there, you just help pass the ball, throw the ball around, play with your siblings, and you're just doing that. You talking and just let it go. But that was like teenage years, right? That was middle school and stuff like that. You go in adulthood now everything's changing. Holy Christ. So right now I just had just trying to meditate, read some books, hang out with the family, really, right? Just hang out with your loved ones at the most right now. I just hang out with them because I know them, the younger ones, they have so much life, right? And I'm like, okay, just feed off their energy, right? They're goofballs, whoa, right? They do random shit, so yeah, I'll just feed off their energy, hang out with them, and I'll love myself.
Plug yourself.
Exactly.
You're gonna charge me out. What
Go to my brother. I need this. I need some juice.
Give me your energy. So what about you, Jazz?
For me, it's music. I will go into my car or I have bass boosted earbuds. Because for me, it's the bass. I will crank up that music. As long as I can feel the bass, then I'll start feeling better. Like, that's like my go-to thing. Doesn't matter what song, whatever. As long as there's good bass, I'm good.
Vibrates your soul.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a little hit of dopamine, and you're just like, I'm good now. Like,
I'm feeling this. I'm gonna fire and kill my boss.
Gets all those bad vibrations out with that bass. Right out of the ears, you know?
Yeah, you could take on the world, man.
Right.
With some good tunes in your ears. Whew.
So is that the only thing you like to do, or is there anything else?
I guess it all depends on who I'm with. Like, if I'm with my family, oh Lord, you better watch out. I mean, my family, we will wrestle. That's how we get our aggression out. If we are upset, we're taking it to the floor. It doesn't matter how old you are.
I love you! I love you so much!
Oh, not that kind of wrestling. We'll do like normal wrestling to see if we can pin the other person down. Otherwise, we'll do Indian leg wrestling. Have you never heard of it? So you sit where one person's head is by the other person's foot. And you lift up your one leg and you count to 3. And then you have to like interlock legs and see who can flip the other person over.
I can't do that, man. Get too close with someone, you squeeze out a fart, you might die right there, right? That's scary.
That's chemical warfare at that point.
Yeah. Oh, there's some stories, man.
Going against the Jiva convention right there.
I remember seeing you and your sister doing that. Your young sister, she's like, what, 10, 11?
She's 11 now, yeah.
Holy, she's grown up like a weed. But I remember her and then your mom doing that. And one of the first times I was over, all of a sudden she goes, 1, 2, you know, she's getting flipped over like a pancake. I sat there like, and she gets up laughing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you didn't know what to expect, did you?
I was like, what did I? But no, I'm along a similar boat though. I love music. I love music. I grew up with music. It's always calmed me. It's always let me find a happy medium for where I want to be in life. And that's actually what I went to school for, is to be a music teacher. So that way I could pass on my knowledge for that and provide that safe space for my students, you know, and let them get an appreciation for music and develop their talents, you know. Something else I like to do, which is a little bit more geeky, is I'll play my video games, you know. There's been a couple times, especially when I was younger, I don't do it nearly as much anymore. Sometimes I do, is maybe go play a competitive game and be like, I sound like a sailor. I have to get my stress out somehow, and I was told not to hit people. I probably could have really hurt someone if I did, so I learned not to very early. And so verbal, I'm not going to call it abuse, it's just retaliation, there we go, against other people who started it. To say the least.
It's definitely interesting being on the other side of the wall when he is in his zone and he's gaming, and then all of a sudden, like, you're jamming out to music or whatever the heck you're doing, and then you just hear him yell from across the other room, and you're just like, oh no.
Get the ball!
I had a funny little side story about that. It was, just like that, when in competitive gaming, right? You get really into it, right? You're tilted, you're like dialed in, you want to win, you're doing everything, you say whatever you can. So we were living in an apartment there, and I was playing late at night, maybe 2 a.m., 3 with my buddies, and it was Grand Theft Auto. So we're all familiar with that, right?
Oh no.
So we were just going around and just like killing some time, and we would go to these little corner stores. You can go in the corner store and then you could rob a bank for, but you want to make it believable. So we're like, all right, get our guns and everything ready. So when I walked into the store, you're screaming, "Give me the money right now!" I'm screaming outside in the apartment, right? I will give you the face right now. An hour later, we hear it. Right? My mom's like woken up, like she's gotta work. I'm still gaming and everything and that. Like, come on, we gotta go, we gotta get the money, let's get out of here. My mom opens the door and there's 2 cops right there. They're like, "Ma'am, there's been a call in for a domestic violence abuse. Are you okay?" They're like, just look around like, "What do you mean? I just woke up." So she opens my door. Come on. She's like, "Darius." I'm like, "What?" "Shut up!" The cops are there looking at him like, "Dude, you are fucking loud." Oh, it's so embarrassing.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I get it. When you have those headsets on, it's so hard to hear outside of you, and it's so hard to tell how loud you really are.
I should have felt it right in the lungs. When I vibrates right there, right? I was so certain to get that money.
Oh man. But no, these are all things that we do to help us when we're at our lowest. So
Truly, yeah.
Sometimes you can't even tell when someone is being affected by any mental illness. So seriously, if you guys need any help, reach out to your friends, family, reach into the things that you like to do. Okay? Do your hobbies, listen to that music, play your favorite sport, work out those bad feelings and just leave it out there. Okay? Just leave it. Because if you bring it back with you, it's going to build up and it's not going to be great. So if you're ever needing someone, feel free to comment on one of our videos and we can even try to reach back out to you and we can listen to you. But seriously, we're here for you. Your friends or family are here for you. So always reach out. Okay?
Let's link up on Grand Theft Auto. We'll rob some banks together.
That's how you get your aggression out. Indian leg wrestle. Teach your family how to do it.
Indian wrestle with the cashier.
Tries to flip him over.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. That's gonna be the new way to rob banks.
That's a life lesson right there.
Why is this guy like trying to grope my leg?
Like an angry garden gnome.
Classic. Good.
So going off of life lessons now, do you guys have any that you still hold on to this day that is like a part of your person?
Oh, I have one. So I learned from a very young age, which it's the case with most people, is you treat people with kindness because you never know what they're going through or how their day was, whatever. And so, like, even if it's the little things like opening the door for somebody or saying hi or, whatever, whether it's a smile, waving, things like that, the little things that can really change somebody's life, And so that's something I tend to do almost every day if I'm out and about or whatever, even if it's on social media, just commenting, hey, I hope you have a great day. And
oh, that's hard to do online.
It is.
You ever
It
see
really
that
is.
one scene from Drake and Josh where, what was it, Drake was like talking to the mailman, "Have yourself a nice day," and the man was like, "Don't tell me what to do." It's kind of feels like on the internet sometimes, right? You just comment, just trying to be nice to the guy, and you just get downvoted, and you're just like, "Shut up!"
Yeah.
It's like, fine, I don't want to be your friend.
But see, then again, that goes into play. You never know, what they're going through. You never know if they really need that pick-me-up.
Exactly, man. That's all I wanted. It's a nice day for me.
So in other words, treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
The golden rule, man.
Oh, that's absolutely. If you haven't been taught that already, that's detrimental, honestly. What about you?
Say, good comment. I would say I stopped with this for a little bit. As really appreciating yourself. Truly. Just every morning, literally every morning, just tell yourself you're a badass. That's all you gotta do. Just say that one time. All right, and then go with your day. It can be dog crap, it can be dog good. All right, it can go either way that day, but you just gotta tell yourself, man, you are a badass. All right, we're all trying in this world. We are.
Yeah.
Just tell yourself you're a badass and keep around yourself. You're a good guy. All right, you'll start seeing that path. It might not happen that day, it might not happen tomorrow, but you're gonna start seeing that path right there. Okay, I am a good guy, and then maybe I am a badass, right? So just remember that. Always tell yourself you're a badass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really good one. Always believe in yourself. Otherwise, that's a really good way to put it. You are always trying to be out there to push yourself to the next level. Always be the best version of yourself. That's a really good way to put it. That's another really good one. Gosh, these guys already took like two like very top ones right there. But
I know, I took that cap on. I was like, okay, what's generic? I'm just kidding.
You know, gosh, a life lesson. There's so many out there, you know. And they all like to stick with you in one way or another, whether it be for bad or for good, you know.
Truly.
It's like for Jazz's case over here, it's always treat others how you want to be treated. It gets hard sometimes. So even on those tough days, you just got to keep remembering that. Just keep staying strong. And then just keeping the best version of yourself, always being better. Gosh, I don't really know. Another life lesson.
Don't drink bleach.
I think that's just common sense at that point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Not necessarily.
Smells funny though.
My grandpa did that once.
Ah!
It was an accident. My grandmother was very smart and put it into one of his bottles that he had, like the flavored bubbly water or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he went to go take a sip and he had a couple drinks of bleach.
Oh God, that is a horrifying thought.
Yeah, it was great. We were terrified for a little while, but
Yeah, I would be too. I don't know.
No, I think I got one though. Think for yourself.
Ah.
Think for yourself. Don't let others dictate how your life is supposed to go. Chase what you want to chase. Chase that career. Like, I know eventually at first when I was going to college, I wanted to be, because I thought I was okay at it, graphics design artist. So they'll be doing like different logos for different companies or whatnot. I got my very first art class my very first day of college. It was about a 3-hour art class, so that was a little daunting at first too. I'm like, oh boy, you know, I was not ready for that. We walk in there and we take our seats and the class starts. Professor comes out. All right, you all are getting these post boards about this big, and you see this table in the middle of the room? We're like, yeah. Well, you're gonna be drawing a still life today. I'm like, oh, I've drawn still lifes before. And you only have this class period to do it.
Oh, you had to sketch something within 3 hours.
Yeah.
You had to pick a certain part of the table, right?
Yeah.
And you had to draw those items correctly.
Oh, recreate that image.
Oh.
So I chose a certain corner. It had like apples, grapes, a cornucopia a little bit. And I'm over here, I'm drawing. I'm like, I'm actually making pretty good time. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of looking around at other people's art. And I'm looking. I'm like,
okay.
everyone else is already more than halfway done shading.
That would suck.
So at that point, I'm like, you know what? I like art, but I'm going to keep it as a hobby, not as a job. And then I switched to music because I always love music. Like that day, I'm like, please help.
I want to make this type of art instead of that one.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of other cases too that we could always talk about thinking for yourself. But that is honestly a very important one, is don't let other people dictate your life. It's yours. You only get the one, you know? So listen to the common sense factors, be kind to others, believe in yourself, you got this, right?
Ooh, and another one. It's okay to fail.
It is.
It
That's
is
so true.
A-okay
You
to
gotta
fail.
fail. You gotta screw up. That's the only way to do good, right? You gotta fail.
That's the only way
Screw
that you learn.
Best
It's
life,
failing.
best lessons. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. That's a great one right there. So, going off of that and finding out your career. So, how are you guys doing with balancing your career and your personal life at this point in time? Whether it be like your job, it doesn't even have to be your career, but just what's going on these days. How's your balancing going out?
I mean, it's especially more difficult nowadays with the cost of everything going up and then you having to work more in order to pay for those things, whether it's rent, bills, food, groceries, and things like that. It's definitely a lot more difficult to try to find that perfect balance, especially when someone's schedule could be so different than yours, and then it's so hard to connect with those people that you really care about. But recently I had changed jobs, and so it's been a lot better, and it's been looking up.
Nice.
And so slowly working on that. So I'm really thankful for the job that I have now.
Absolutely. I'm actually in the same career over here as my wife right now. We're both working with individuals, and it's kind of like being a teacher, honestly. And so I'm just trying to bring over my experiences from one job to the next, which that's all you can get throughout life is more and more experiences.
Yeah.
You know, so just using those to your advantage, but balancing career and personal life, it's been kind of strenuous, I'm not gonna lie. I went for a while with actually not having a job for a little while. I was a band director last year. I was fully down to do it again, and stuff happened there, and they hired someone else for this next school year starting in the summer. So I was really looking forward to doing marching band, and then I try to find a different job throughout the summer, you know.
Right.
And I did. I found this other job with a private school, but I was hired through a third-party company. And
So private school, but so like you're like a subcontractor kind of type of deal?
kind of, yeah. I was going to be a teacher there, but I was hired through because they were looking for teachers outside of the scope of the school was.
Right. Okay.
So they reached out to me. I was like, yeah, totally, I could do it, you know. And it was like an elementary music teacher. I was completely down to do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that just kind of fell through when the head of the third party wasn't really keeping great communication with the school, and they decided to cut the contract, and then
Yeah.
that made me lose that job. And then ever since then, I just didn't have a job. Now I do. Actually, I have technically 3 jobs at this point in time.
Mhm.
The one that I'm at the same place as her.
Hmm.
Then there's a podcast here, and then I'm also doing piano lessons.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioned that. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that the other day. Yeah, I want
So-
to ask more questions about the piano stuff later.
Yeah, for sure. But it's trying to do all 3 of those and then just trying to get a personal life. It is tough, but you just got to make do with what you can, you know?
Well, what about with you? How's it going on your end?
Well, you know that classic comic book character, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Nothing like that. I don't got But it is hard I didn't have to choose to do a second job, but the idea was just like, yeah, sure, you know, these people need help, right? I like working with them. Doing another job on the weekdays, right? I work weekdays, and on the weekends I do that at the night. It gets tiring, right? You try to have, but I always try to block it and try to like, what am I trying to say? Blind it with something else. Say if I'm at the kitchen, I'm SpongeBob SquarePants. So I'm just flipping burgers back there, or Evil Knievel, getting paid for the attempt.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
Or I'm a fence installer, right? I'm just installing fences on weekdays. And that's all I do, right? 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and then I'm all there. And then I go home and watch a movie, play some video games. I got cats, I got a lot of dogs. I got a gecko that just does not want to love me right now. But trying to keep that, I'm just trying to find like just stuff to do, right? This right here. That's when this popped up. I was like sick. I don't have to just go to my fencing job. I don't have to go to the kitchen job. I can actually go to this, talk to people, and just hang out a little bit, right? That's fun.
Absolutely.
So finding that balance a little bit was just killing me a little bit. It was. It was. But right now, this year, I will try to make it different. Right? New goals, new year.
Yeah.
All right. So, moving on from there, it's definitely tough. It's
I know, the emotional bag was killing me a little bit.
it's definitely not easy topics to talk about all the same. So, why don't we switch it up a little bit? What are your thoughts on ghosts?
I haven't touched the Ouija board. I'm really scared, dude.
I won't touch those. No.
I don't think any of us will, to be honest. That's next level messed up.
Do we have any ghost encounter stories? Is there any proof? Do we have any solid evidence? I'm a man of science, but I also like to believe in the imaginary.
I love how you look at me right away.
I don't know.
Because you know.
I don't know what I was talking about.
So, I don't remember exactly how old I was, but my parents got divorced when I was 2, so I would go up to my dad's every other weekend or whatever the case was. Yeah. And we got an addition attached to our house. Well, my grandparents' house anyways. And my bedroom was in the addition. And mind you, we had no history at all on where the addition came from, who previously owned it or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so continuously, like those heavy work boots, I would hear like as if somebody was stomping across the floor, and then all of a sudden it would sound as if something was being dragged. And so that became like the new norm, and it freaked the living daylights out of me.
Norm. This is a regular day.
Well, because it happened like almost every night at the same time. And so I was just like, you know what? Okay, it's either they got speakers in here or something's going on.
Friends come over, you're having a coffee. What's that banging? No, it's Jim. Don't worry about it.
His sister came over and it scared the living daylights out of her. It was great, but it got to the point where it was leading up to my bedroom door, and it freaked the living daylights out of me. So I grabbed our house phone and I called down to my dad, and I was crying because I'm like, this is not normal. This is not okay. I don't like this.
A house phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, her grandparents have house
phones.
Oh my god.
Not like the fudge. I can't even.
Not the
think of
dial-up, you know.
Yeah, right.
But
I
But
just
like the actual house phone.
That's crazy. I haven't
Landlines.
seen one in like 10 years.
So I called him and I was like, it's going on. I'm freaking out. Like, what do I do? He's like, just grab your stuff, come down here, whatever. And so I grab my stuff and I go and I get up off of my bed and I take like a couple steps forward.
Right.
And then I kid you not, and to this day, I hate going over there. I felt arms wrap around me like this and literally pulled me right back down onto the bed. I screamed so loud. I heard my dad run to the bottom of the steps and he yells up, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." Like, somebody just grabbed me. And
That's the
yeah.
last you ever see of your daughter. Bye.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, no, that is not fun. That is very uncomfortable, unsettling, because you can't even comprehend that, right? You can't even make sense of what just happened. And
Yeah.
that's really scary right there, right? Something you can't understand, you can't even make out. That's scary right there. You can't even get the hell out of there.
Oh, I have many stories.
Right. We should probably like devote like a whole podcast one time to just conspiracies and like the paranormal. I think that'd be fun.
I don't know. There's a lot of
Tell
cool
us
stuff.
what you guys think in the comments if you guys want to see that in the
No
future.
skinwalkers. No.
Appalachian Mountains. Oh man. Oh gosh, I haven't had too many experiences myself with ghosts per se.
Mhm.
Like I've grown up, I've heard voices many times that didn't belong to anyone that I knew or anyone that was like around me at the time. There was no physical bodies there even,
Yes.
and I heard voices, and I mean I thought it was going like schizo or something back when I'm like 6 years old. I'm like, oh man, they're in the walls or something, you know. But no, it's so bad because I don't really have anything else besides just hearing voices.
Yeah,
like
right.
I know she's had a lot of crazy experiences with stomping and seeing, actual embodiments.
Right.
The closest I've come to be able to see that is like the videos I see on TikTok or whatever. There was one time though. I was in the forest with my best friend before he unfortunately passed away. And we hung out there all the time. We had a little wood cutting business and stuff going on back when we were like, young teens trying to make some extra dough. And all of a sudden, in the middle of us playing, we thought we heard like a bobcat screech right way off in the distance.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is right outside of a town here called Ascove. I was living over there.
Yeah.
And we're like, weird. And we just kept doing our thing. Then all of a sudden, it was like infinitely closer. And we just heard that scream. Both of us were like, we're done for today. We ran back inside. We're like, we're not messing with that. We don't know what it is. It could be some predatory animal. I don't know. But we were like, fuck no, basically. And yeah, we were back in that house and we stayed in there for the rest of the night playing our games and forgetting.
Yeah.
It was coming for you, man.
That reminds me of that old. Have you heard of the paradox, the Fermi paradox?
It sounds familiar.
Fermi paradox is like where is everyone, right? There should be aliens out there, but where are they? So the idea is, say if you're walking by yourself in a forest, pitch dark, and you're just going home, and you're doing your monthly stroll, and all of a sudden you just hear some bushes rumble on the side over there. What do you want to do?
Not investigate.
You don't want to investigate, right? I don't know. So that's how the theory goes right now, is that there's aliens all over the place right there. They're just not showing themselves. But unfortunately for us humans, we're kind of sending out these weird radio signals. Hello, is anyone out there? Can I say hi? Right now, all these aliens are going around just thinking, who are these guys, right? But they're also looking at us like, these guys are talking, these guys might be tough. Let's not do anything, right? My question was, are aliens real? This relates to the conspiracy theory. Look at all the UFOs, especially New Jersey. Did you see that a month ago?
I believe in aliens, yeah.
That was pretty impressive to see all those orbs. That was too suspicious.
Or the, what was it called? They called it, I think it was the Mothership. Those videos where they had the big ring of light.
Yeah, and
those were crazy.
I can't remember what that one was. Have you ever seen that one? It's like a egg, like a white egg. Yeah. They're going crazy over it. It goes like a floating white egg. It's like, there it is. There's our evidence. There's the alien.
No, but I believe aliens are real. 100%. There's no scientific proof to deny that. Honestly, if we're a planet that is miraculously in that zone to have life on it. There has to be at least a dozen more.
Exactly. We are way too fortunate, way too lucky to have this planet.
And if that's the case, I mean, this is another thing we could spend a whole podcast on. Let us know in the comments if you want that. That they could be so much more technologically advanced than us and are just, as you said, observing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like that concept there.
How weak are they really? Like, can we really just go at them and be fine?
Really with that futuristic technology too.
Can reproduction work?
Now
we're asking real questions now.
You try that.
Gotta evolve later at some point, right? If I can't find the woman here, then maybe I'll find the woman out there. Right?
Next level, alien dating sim.
Oh no!
It's like that one video game, you ever play a Mass Effect?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
That's pretty much what that game is. Just get intimate with aliens.
But kind of like with what you were just saying with the whole reproduction thing, that reminds me of I think it was a movie where this couple went into this place and then they were able to have a child via some sort of egg. And the egg would basically incubate the baby until it was ready to be born or whatever the case was. And so they had to take care of this egg this whole time until the baby was ready. I kid you not.
You have to sit on the egg too to keep it warm? What's going on there?
No, that was your baby until like the actual baby just popped out of the dang egg. Yeah, it was something. I was just like,
how do you want your eggs, Barbara? Scrambled? All right.
But talking about all this future technology, though, let's move on to some AI and the future of technology itself. Like, we've made leaps and bounds just in like the last, I would say, 8 years, if that. Like, ever since, I would say like 2012, even, you know, when the world was supposed to end, you know, more conspiracies. Technology has just exploded again.
Yeah.
Now we're having like technology do stuff for us, write out our thesis paper in college, or having like they're just anything, you know, having questions answered that you wouldn't have known before, or having their ideas on things to do, you know, like holy moly.
Yeah, like that new Google Gemini or whatever. How it'll summarize an entire email for you so you don't actually have to read the whole thing.
Foul. Awesome, right? All right, I don't know that word. You take that out. I don't know that word. Just simplify those 3 words.
Exactly.
I'm coming home. Cool.
No, but like, people are having all this AI do stuff for them. Like, it's super helpful. I'm not gonna say it isn't.
With the boundary, right? You can use the AI, but you only using it to like help you make that look beautiful, right? You don't want the AI to do all that, then it's just stealing shit like there. It's like then it looks ugly.
Yeah.
And the hands look all weird for some reason, right?
They got 2 extra fingers.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah,
But truly, AI is. I think AI is a little messy in my opinion. I'm not too fan of it. If you Call of Duty, they're going through a lot of backlash right now. Activision, I should say.
Really?
Yeah, they're you know when they do loading photos, you know, background photos when you load into a game.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a bunch of those, and they look great. But it's the thing that's when you start looking into it, you start seeing, hey, that zombie has 6 fingers for some reason. Why does he have 6 fingers?
It grew.
Exactly.
Mutation.
Right, and you start to notice these little things. It's like, well, this is a AAA company that's like worth billions of dollars, made billions of dollars, and they're doing this sloppy work. I don't know. Seems cheap, and they're with the voice actors too. What are we doing?
These things are just going to drive people out of business and drive them out of all their jobs, and it's kind of scary, honestly. Like, AI is wonderfully scary.
Wonderfully scary. Yeah. You ever see those videos where Will Smith is eating? It looks so real.
That reminds me of iRobot.
So real. Oh yeah,
Will Smith.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Oh, like, that's what we could potentially come to, and they start, you know, we keep advancing them. All of a sudden they gain a consciousness. Next thing you know,
Skynet.
Oh no, that's messed up. But oh man, it's just scary.
It is scary, especially now that they have the technology to create somebody's voice. Whether it's a famous celebrity, they can create your mother's voice, and it's just like, hold on a second. Like, I know for a while we had to be really careful with phone calls that we were getting, because they were the scammers that were
That's right.
pretending to be a relative of yours. Like, oh my gosh, my car just broke down. I need you to send me some money, or whatever the case is. I got kidnapped, and it's just like, hold on a second.
Yeah, this is what I just saw you yesterday.
Yeah, and it's absolutely crazy how advanced AI has really become.
To create those deepfakes, you know.
The deepfakes is horrifying. Oh my god.
Yeah. And AI is able to, you know, okay, something to go more into in the future thing, but when you ask them to create something no one's ever seen, like how angels are supposed to look. Oh, and mind you, we're always depicting angels as like these humanoid beings with wings on their back, and they're just beautiful. They're, in my opinion, they're like elven beauty, you know, just very sanctious and holy, and, you know,
I think we're looking at
pure.
2 different angels.
But then the AI, the AI comes in, and they're just these giant eyeballs with those 6 wings. Oh my gosh! I saw that for the first time. I was like, hold on.
Well, I can understand that because in the Bible, they are depicted as something completely different as to what we view them as.
Mhm.
And just like when the angels went down to the shepherds when Jesus was born, they said, do not be afraid. Why would they say it if they were absolutely beautiful as if we're depicting them to be? Like, if they are just those big eyes, whether it's one or however many, like, if you saw that just coming down at you, wouldn't you be absolutely terrified?
I would be.
Did you die from shock from that? Did that just
Shame
happen?
on you. You've been doing this all day, man.
But I think they actually have a name. They're called like the Seraphim. But still, like, that's just the future we're heading towards. And and with technology, what about like Tinder and other relationship like websites? People can fake, identities and be just, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially with AI under their belt.
Pretty bizarre with Tinder and everything. All you have to do on that dating profile is just have to look at the photo.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only maybe 3 notes under the photo, right? Just three things you want to say. And it's like, is that all? Is that all you're showing me? No. I'm not really one for online dating. It's too
Sketchy.
Too sketchy, and I cannot hold a conversation texting. Right? The thing is, catches me is the emotion. Is human emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing the expression. Right? I like seeing your guys' laughter. Right? When you're smiling, I know you're laughing. If you're not, then okay, that joke sucks.
It's kind of tying back into last week's podcast. Make sure you tune into that when that gets uploaded, about marketplaces and, not knowing what is real, if you're getting scammed, if they're going to be kidnapping you or other stuff.
Just kind of look out for the white vans and just stay away from those.
Don't fall for the candy.
I just miss where people craved that interaction.
Yeah.
Because it's like now you're shopping online, you don't have a reason to go out anymore unless you have to get gas.
Oh man, it's so awesome to shop online. You get all your food and groceries and you just say like, see you later. You don't have to go to Walmart, man. It's stressful to go to Walmart.
See, me personally, I love going to Walmart because
Really?
Yeah. I get to interact with people I wouldn't on a daily basis.
Fair.
I get to meet new and interesting people, or I have that chance, going back to with what we were saying earlier, to change someone's day, to be that light in their day, whatever the case is.
Yes.
So it's like you get that interaction that you wouldn't normally get
That's right.
just shopping online.
That's very true. Right? Until you find someone on there and you're like, hey, how do you think of this?
Yeah, and then you just dive into it and never ends. It goes on for hours.
So with the whole human interaction stuff that I just heard recently too, it's kind of tying to both subjects we just talked about now. The AI that they're creating called Lovo. Have you guys heard about that at all?
I have not.
You have not. Pardon me. Does it work again? Does it work? All right, but anywho, they're able to discern like people's color and stuff, and they could choose to target them and shoot. So
I'm screwed.
I think we all are, but it's something that we can always talk about next time too. Maybe at the beginning of the next podcast, just think about that. Maybe do some research.
I'm here next week. God, I don't know. You getting me all
Just
scared.
stay away from all the AI, right? So we want to thank you guys again for tuning in today to the podcast. Two Guys No Plan. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say hi to Jazz.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah.
it was a pleasure.
It was all
Oh,
super
awesome.
pleasure. So thank you for joining us here today, and hopefully you'll be on for a future one. All right. And so far for Two Guys with No Plan, I think we did pretty good.
Thank you. Have yourself a great night and
Thank
see
you,
you
guys.
next week.
Absolutely.
Audio.